Hi, how's it going?
Good. You look like you could still be playing.
I discovered Nugenix.
I wish my husband did.
It's easy. Just send a text. If you're
free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix is a unique man-boosting formula. Power, G, and drive. Or passion, too.
here, try a bottle. And trust me, she'll like it too.
Text 42424 and enter SHINE to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix. Samples are not available in stores, so text 42424 and enter SHINE.
Growing up as kids, boys see role models everywhere, showing them who they can be.
Let's go.
But for my daughter, it's different. She doesn't always get to see herself as a leader or a boss.
Stay serious, stay focused.
And the world doesn't always cheer her on when she speaks up
Going down.
or takes the lead.
You're awesome.
So it's on us to encourage her to be bold and show her she can be anything she wants to be.
Damian Lillard at 25 of his 32 in the third quarter. Not enough. A 2-1 lead now in the series.
Dame, Jay, with The Athletic. Was there anything that spurred your third quarter kind of outburst?
I mean, we had a 10-point deficit to end the half, and I thought for most of the first half we played the way we wanted to. Obviously, we had a few more turnovers than we would have liked, but we just wanted to keep it a close game. Make them work for everything. We knew it was going to be physical, and I thought we did that until the last few minutes. And then we're looking at a 10-point deficit at the half. So in the third quarter, I knew I needed to be a little more aggressive so it didn't get away from us early, and just give us a chance to, like I said earlier, just make it a 5-minute game, keep it close, and then turn it into a late game where they got to go take it. And I thought we did a great job of that. And that third quarter, I kind of had that in mind. Just keep it close, make sure that we in striking range to steal one.
So it was just a coincidence that it happened right after Russ rocked the baby?
I didn't even see him do it. A lot of times I'm not, I'm waiting for the ball to be inbounded, so I'm not looking at what's going on going the other way. So, rock the baby on a jump shot. You can do that all day. Yeah, I did see it. I thought it was kind of funny, that he waited so late in the game when he knew that it was, the game was decided to do it. And he also hadn't.
AJ McCord, CBS Portland. Seemed like the fouls started.
We didn't change our game plan. We knew that it was going to be a physical game because we get the benefit of the doubt on the road. I think on both sides, both teams played really physical, and they lived at the free throw line and we didn't.
Royce Young, ESPN, over here, Dave. The back and forth stuff with Russell, though, you guys are both highly competitive guys. How much does that energize you when you guys are talking and all that stuff goes back and forth?
I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't say it energizes me. Like I said, it's somebody's team has to lose, and that's all it is.
You had a fantastic third quarter. What did they do in the fourth quarter to slow you down and kind of kill the momentum?
I think their defense pretty much stayed the same. They got a little bit more aggressive on the ball. Instead of the big, just trying to stay in front of me, they were coming up a little higher. I noticed that they put Grant in it, somebody that's more agile, athletic. So maybe they could try to trap it or be more aggressive. But I thought I was still able to turn the corner. I think they just wanted me to get rid of the ball instead of keep scoring the ball. And we got good looks. We just weren't able to make shots fall.
Maddie Lee, the Oklahoman. Dame, it seemed like, you mentioned them bringing in Grant. Seemed like they had George on you and McCollum more often than they had in the first couple games. How did that change the way you guys are approaching the way they're guarding you?
My approach is going to be the same regardless. I know what I'm trying to get done, and that's all I focus on, no matter about the other stuff, who's guarding and what they trying to do. I'm trying to figure out how can I get to the spots I want to get to. How can I get done what I'm trying to get done, and that's all my focus is.
Dame, just in general, between the Thunder shooting better than 50% from three and having a fairly large free throw discrepancy, how do you leave this game? Do you feel confident about the Game 4 chances? Do you feel like you missed an opportunity in Game 3?
I think we feel like we had an opportunity. You know, we tied the game up in the fourth quarter, which is what we wanted, a close game going into the fourth quarter, and just put that pressure on them. And I thought we did that. But like I said, we with our physicality, I think that put them on the line. So in certain situations, we might have to be a little bit smarter and realize how the game is being called. You know, if it's a quick whistle to every bump and, you know, every little grab and contact in the paint, we got to recognize that and say, okay, maybe we need to dial it back a little bit. But in a lot of those situations, they were getting to the free throw line, and, you know, they were drawing contact, making smart plays, and we can't just continue to do the same thing when we recognize that they're getting the whistle. You know, they're going to the line because of how aggressive we are. So we just got to be smarter. But I think we go into Game 4 liking where we are. You know, it was a competitive game. It got to the fourth quarter and we had a shot. So we want to make it that same type of game for Game 4. You know, make them earn it and make them beat us.
A couple more than we were
Matt Reynolds, CBS, Oklahoma City Radio. Dame, what was your thought on the dunk as time expired?
I didn't really see it. I don't know. I mean, it was after the clock, but just doing that, you know, whatever. I don't really care. It's the playoffs. People do things that maybe they're trying to get under somebody's skin, or maybe trying to make a statement, or I don't know. It don't matter. The game was over. The game was decided. Typically, people say, you know, you don't do stuff like that, but honestly, I really couldn't care less. You know, the game had been decided, and if that's something that they needed to do to make themselves feel more dominant or feel better, then, you know, so be it.
Take two more questions. Anyone else? That's good. Thanks, Damian.
Russell Westbrook and the Thunder looking to win a game in the series. Cut things down. Dame and Portland up 2-0. And the guard tandem playing well early. Lillard. And then CJ. McCollum would have 21 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. We're locked at 16. Gotta get creative sometimes, Grant. Through the legs of it.
You think you meant to do that? Nice little move.
No. It's only what matters on the stat sheet, Brendan. Don't let facts get in the way of a good story. Paul George from Schroeder. One of his 6 assists, layup and the foul, and Westbrook finds Steven Adams here.
Great find. Russ driving the lane, causing the problem. Finding Steven Adams, loves the vision.
Some Keefe time. On the break, you get turnovers, you put the Thunder on the move, putting yourself in a bad way. 14 turnovers in the half, Grant, for Portland.
Yeah, and that's where OKC's so good, converting in transition off of those turnovers by Portland.
Lead 10 at the break. There he is.
Nice trade again.
Nice trade. The trade TL. Lillard. Blocked by Westbrook. And then the talking ensued.
Oh, these two really don't like each other. I love it, too. I love it. This is old school basketball, G. Hill.
Taunting. And we're rocking babies.
He's too little. Rock the baby to sleep. But that might have just woke up the dragon.
Or rock him awake. Because kids, they don't go to sleep, Brendan. You want to find it out.
I did find that out. Ooh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Skates.
I mean, it's just one after another. What's this? This. Ooh.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Hey, G. Hill. Dame said one of his favorite players to watch was Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas' nickname was the Hibachi, and tonight Dame Lillard was the Hibachi in the third quarter. He was cooking shrimp, chicken, whatever you needed.
Who gave Gil that nickname?
I did. Okay. You know, he had the shrimp and chicken going tonight, baby.
Yeah, everyone else said Agent Zero, but apparently he's the Hibachi.
Hibachi.
Westbrook doing his own work. He had 33 points.
He's too little.
11 assists.
You know he's gonna rock the baby after that.
It was baby rocking.
Ooh, tough.
I mean, he was feeling it from 3. He was 4 from 6 from deep. And clearly there is a competition. And now look, remember that great series with him and Donovan Mitchell going back and forth last year? But this is a little different. This is history.
We like to call this a healthy
Wait,
dislike.
and I like that.
A healthy dislike.
I like that.
Kind of like UNC and Duke.
Right, something like that.
Something like the family versus the brotherhood.
Is that healthy?
It's Duke and the other school.
Something like
Okay.
55 between Westbrook and Georgia in this game. Here they are after getting back in the series.
Voice Young ESPN. Paul, you sat next to Russ after game 2, and he made a pretty definitive statement that took responsibility for it, said he was going to be better. Played a great game tonight. What did you see from him tonight?
Shit, man of his words, man. Man of his words. He came out, he led. We got behind him, and, you know, he put us on his back.
Russ, Maddie Lee from Oklahoma, same vein. When you said that, did you have specific areas that you were trying to get better at, and do you feel like you did that tonight?
My spots, and then concentrating. Once I get to my spot, that's about it.
Nick Crane, Forbes. Russ, as a scorer, just playing at home versus on the road, how does that affect your confidence, getting in a rhythm, and just how comfortable you are shooting the ball?
I'm good either way, bro. I've been in the league a long time.
Brady Trantham franchise, okay. Russ, how much better, how different is the floor spacing when guys like Terrence and Jeremy are hitting shots like they did tonight?
They've been making shots all year, man. Like I said, game 1 and 2, we will continue to trust, make the right play. Guys are open, you got to make the right play and continue to trust your teammates.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. And Russell, first half, both teams struggled offensively as a sort of a slug of the game. Both teams got going in the second half. What happened that sort of reversed the tone of this game?
Next question.
Yeah, Russ, the fourth quarter, you got a 15-point lead. They catch up. What happened the last 6, 7, 8 minutes that reversed the momentum and let you guys burst back away?
Kerry Yeagers, Portland Review. And Paul, why did you dunk there at the end of the game?
Next question.
Want to get to the free throw line, so you know how you were shooting tonight. How much better is your confidence by finally getting to the
games? I just want to attack, want to try to play at the basket. I'm gonna shoot the ball better. I'm gonna make the game easier. A lot of, I'm just getting myself in bad position and over dribbling. When just get to spots, raise up, shoot it with confidence. But that was my game. Plan, try to attack, play at the rim, and be aggressive.
Paul, you seem to kind of hint a little bit about some adjustments coming in tonight's game. You started out on McCollum, then you took over on Lillard late in the game. And how do you feel like defensively you were able to kind of impact the game individually on those guys?
At them, different length, different players at them. I was just trying to make it as tough as possible. Those two can score the ball. It is what it is, but you just try to make it as tough as possible.
Question again. There was always that moment. Did he ask it again? I don't know how I would react to that. Luckily, I can ask you questions and you'll answer them. Russell Westbrook, when he is mentally engaged, regardless of, and we know he wants to win, whether it's because of something Dame did or not or what, that's when he's at his best. I mean, this is the Russell you want to see, right? A guy who seems like he's locked in. He's ready to play game 4 and 10.
Next question.
Next question.
Next question. Roy Williams might be watching. Next question.
Oh, man. No, what was the question? No, so
man,
No, I mean, when he's engaged, he's as good as anybody. And, you know, I think the main thing, look, he's a ball of energy.
Yeah.
You know, the way he plays. But when he plays with that rage, that controlled rage, you know, that's where he's fantastic. I didn't think he was controlled. I think he got a little rattled. He got caught up in the personal duel. And he wasn't on his A game, and it showed in those first 2 games. He was still in the personal duel in game 3, but I thought he attacked. He was in attack mode. He saw some shots go through the basket early. And when you're struggling, a lot of times, you know, just seeing the ball go through, get that confidence going. And he had it in a very efficient game. He was in control throughout the game. Still had 5 turnovers out there, but just his energy led that team. And that energy, the crowd, and the rest of the guys, the complementary players, stepped up, played big. When your best player steps up when he's struggling, it's easier for everyone else to come on board. And Russ set the tone, and they came on board and played great.
Especially battling back what he's been through, the way he played after the injury. We want to see Paul George help these. So hopefully he can do what he said. I know he wants to do that, and will try and will himself. Hopefully the body will sit there and be where he needs it to be to shoot better in this series. We will come back, put a cap on things, get you set for game time, look at all the highlights, rock babies.
Should I tell him?
Next question.
Next segment.
Next segment.
10 seconds left. John, more ways to inbound.
Yo, you checked FanDuel lately? I didn't know they had single game fantasy.
Sammy Wynn behind home plate. 1 out to go. More ways and Wynn looking to make something
A
here.
NASCAR contest. Oh, golf?
More ways throws. Wynn shoots. It's up.
There's just-
more ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win.
That's what I'm telling you.